All right, what is going on, guys? Welcome to the weekly profile video. A lot of you guys have been waiting for this one after the daily profile video that I made about a month and a half ago now. A lot of you guys have really loved that video, and it really helped a lot of you guys get funded, get paid out. So I'm really glad that video helped you guys out. Like I get messages almost every other day. Like even if it's just one message or 5 messages, I get a message every single day regarding that video. Like, hey bro, this was my aha moment. Hey bro, this is the last puzzle piece of of what I needed. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy the weekly profile video as much as you guys enjoyed the daily profile video here. So first off, let's get straight into it and let's talk about the open low high close concept and the open high low close concept. Okay, you guys need to know this. Every single candle is going to have this right here, right? A bullish candle is always going to have an open low high close. A bearish candle is always going to have an open high low close. Okay, so if we're looking at this in the perspective of a weekly candle, generally speaking, if you are bullish, you want to buy below the opening price of the weekly candle, right? You want to buy the wick. And generally speaking, again, on the bearish side, you want to short above the opening price and sell in the wick here. Okay, very important you guys understand this concept here: the open low high close for the bullish and open high low close for the bearish. Now I've drew out a schematic here. So this is the weekly candle here to the left. This is the weekly candle here to the left here on the bearish side. So basically, if we're looking at this on the perspective of a weekly candle and we're breaking down the days within that weekly candle, again, we want to buy below the opening price if we are bullish, right? Generally speaking, of course, this is going to come like you're not just going to buy below the opening price because you're expecting, whatever, because you're bullish, right? Obviously, we need to figure out where we're at on the chart, what confluences we have in order to go bullish. Are we tapping into, a higher time frame PD array of some sort? Do we have SMT at the lows to confirm a low of week, etc., right? But generally speaking, you do want to buy below the opening price on a bullish expansion weekly candle. If you're expecting the week to be bullish, you want to be looking for buys below the opening price. So right here we have, for example, Monday open, right? It opens high, doesn't really do anything, forms a range. Tuesday sweeps the Monday low into like ideally some sort of PD array, higher time frame PD array, right? I usually is what I look for is like a 1 hour or higher PD array. A 4 hour or higher is better, but generally speaking, I look for a 1 hour or higher PD array. So just imagine that Tuesday taps into that, sweeps Monday's low, and then we can expect, a higher draw depending if our draw is higher on a bullish weekly candle. And then it's going to be the same thing, but just flipped, right, for the bearish candle. So we have an open high. Monday opens, forms a range. Tuesday sweeps the Monday high into ideally, again, a 1 hour or higher PD array to confirm the high of week. Wednesday expands lower. Thursday expands lower, to the higher time frame draw or whatever objective you're looking at for that week if you're expecting a bearish week. And then Friday will cap the weekly range. Friday usually caps the weekly range in a profile like this about 70% of the time. Not always. You can see for my example over here on the bullish one, Friday actually makes the high of week. But on these weekly profiles that I'm going to show you guys here in a minute, I've compiled about 4 high probability weekly profiles that happen quite a bit. And they happen a little bit different each week, and I'm going to explain that. But the only one that I left out, because ICT has about 6 or 7 of them, and the only one I left out is a search and destroy bullish and bearish Friday, which is kind of just sideways action all week up until a high impact news driver on Thursday or Friday. And in my opinion, that is one of the most low probability weeks, and you want to stay away from that type of week. And I'll show you guys how you guys can, figure out if that week is going to be a search and destroy bullish or bearish Friday. So let's get into the first weekly profile here. So the first weekly profile that I have drawn out here for you guys is a weekly buy expansion candle, a classic Tuesday low of week. Now, the profile for this is Monday or Tuesday will form low of week by drawing into a discounted PD array on the 1 hour or higher time frame. Again, this is going to vary. You guys don't need to go like super textbook with this. It like sometimes whenever the low of week forms in a bullish buy expansion candle on the weekly time frame, sometimes we will draw into just a 1 hour PD array in a premium of whatever range we're trading in, right? It doesn't always need to be in a discounted PD array, but if you want the highest probability of this working out in your favor, you want it to be in a discounted PD array, okay, on the 1 hour or higher. Some people recommend the 4 hour or higher. I look at it from the 1 hour or higher perspective. Okay, the higher the time frame PD array, the better. If Monday ranges above the discounted PD array in whatever dealing range you're dealing in, we can expect Tuesday to take Monday's low and draw into it and then form low of week during London or New York session. Okay, how do we confirm low of week? Ideally, the characteristics you want to look for is, again, drawing into a discounted PD array on the 1 hour or higher. Also, SMT divergence is also going to be a bonus. So those of you that don't know what SMT divergence is, it's basically when one of the correlated assets, like let's say the S&P 500 and NASDAQ, right, ES and NQ. Let's say this chart over here on the left is ES, and we make a lower low, and then NQ, let's just pretend this is NQ over here. We make a higher low, right? That's SMT divergence. That gives you that characteristic of a true low of week or high of week, but it has to tap into a discounted PD array, right? If we are bullish, and if we are bearish, it has to tap into a premium PD array on the 1 hour or higher. Okay, that's what it has to do. All right. So you can see we open low, Monday ranges, Tuesday taps into that discounted PD array key level. This is ideally, again, you want to buy below the opening price. Wednesday consolidates, Thursday expands, and then Friday, makes that high of week, reaches the DOL or weekly objective that we're looking at, and caps the weekly range. Same exact thing for the bearish side, right? Monday or Tuesday will form high of week by drawing into a premium PD array on the 1 hour or higher. The higher the time frame PD array, the better. If Monday ranges below the premium PD array, we can expect Tuesday to take Monday's high and draw into it and form high of week during London or NY session. Take into consideration any high impact news events. In this profile, like I said here, Fridays can often continue to move or retrace into Thursday's range, capping the weekly range. This is where TGIF can come into play. Okay, it's the exact same thing, but just flipped over. All right, so let's move on to the next weekly profile here. So the next weekly profile I have here, and I know some of these candles might be a different color. Don't flame me on that. But the next weekly profile I have here is the Midweek Reversal Wednesday High of Week Reversal and the Midweek Reversal Wednesday Low of Week Reversal. I know I have HOW on here. It should be LOW. But in this profile, Monday most of the times will range in this profile, and Tuesday will play off of Monday's range, meaning Tuesday will either sweep Monday's low or Monday's high and not really do anything, right? It just consolidates within Monday's range. Pretty much ranging, right? In anticipation of Wednesday drawing down into a discounted or premium PD array or key level, right? And most of the time, oftentimes in this profile, we will have high impact news on Wednesday like CPI, FOMC, something like that, right? The market is pretty much gearing up and anticipating for Wednesday's high impact news event. Okay, so whenever you see a high impact news event, like a very important one like CPI, FOMC, or something like that, or Jerome Powell speaking on a Wednesday in the morning, afternoon, whatever, make sure you guys take this profile into consideration. Again, you guys shouldn't be pattern trading these weekly profiles. That's something I want to mention here is do not pattern trade these weekly profiles, because again, like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, these weekly profiles they occur a little bit differently each week. Like sometimes Tuesday will expand higher and then Wednesday will come right back down and slam everything down, and then you'll get this weekly profile here. Like it happens a little bit different every single week. These are just like general templates that you guys can follow, and just always use logic with these weekly profiles. Okay, usually every single week will have 2 to 3 expansion days in it, except if it's a seek and destroy bullish or bearish Friday, which again I'll show you guys how you guys can spot that. But in this weekly profile, if Monday and Tuesday ranges above a discounted PD array for the bullish one, we can expect Wednesday to draw into it and form low of week during London or NY session, right? Take into consideration any high impact news events on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, etc. Right? Like I said, the characteristics for a true low of week or high of week is it tapping into that 1 hour or higher premium or discounted PD array and forming an SMT with a correlated asset. That's how you can really tell, especially if we get a change in the state of delivery as well. Like let's say we tapped into a 4-hour PD array and then we get a 15-minute change in the state of delivery, and that could be possibly low of week depending on where our drawn liquidity or weekly objective is at, right? Now, this is the same thing but flipped over here on the bearish side. So it's the same exact thing, but it's just bearish, right? Monday, most of the times, will range in this profile. Tuesday will play off Monday's range, pretty much ranging in anticipation of Wednesday drawing up to a premium PD array. So if you're bearish, if you're expecting the Wednesday, or if you're expecting the weekly profile to be bearish and the weekly candle to expand lower into whatever higher time frame objective you're looking at, may it be like a weekly fair value gap, weekly sell side, monthly sell side, something like that, daily sell side, right? or a daily fair value gap or something like that, right? If you're expecting a bearish week and we have Wednesday high impact news and we don't have anything on Monday and Tuesday, expect this weekly profile. Don't pattern trade it again, because it forms differently every single week. It's not going to form the exact same way like how I have it in this drawing. Very important to note, but just expect something like this, okay? So let's move on to the next one. It is going to be a consolidation midweek rally. When markets are bullish and has yet to reach a premium PDA rate or key level, oftentimes Monday will form low of week, or SMT on Tuesday to form low of week on a correlated asset. Again, this can be grouped up into like classic Monday or Tuesday low of week, but in this profile, it will then consolidate Tuesday through Wednesday, with Wednesday being an expansion day sometimes. Thursday and Friday will continue to move until the premium PDA rate or key level is hit. Take into consideration any high impact news events. Again, this can be grouped up into this weekly profile here, which is, again, a classic Tuesday low of week. But in this profile, Monday or Tuesday can form low of week, and it has very similar like characteristics to this, right? Again, Monday can form the low of week. If we're extremely bullish, Monday most oftentimes will form low of week. Okay, if we're extremely bullish, and if we're in a hurry, if the algorithm's in a hurry to reach an objective, or just some sort of drawn liquidity, a lot of times we will form low of week on Monday. Okay, so same thing over here, consolidation midweek decline. I know I have I pretty much copy and pasted it here because it's almost the same thing. It's just flipped. You just got to inverse it, right? When markets are bearish and has yet to reach a discounted PDA rate or key level, oftentimes Monday will form high of week, or SMT on Tuesday to form high of week on a correlated asset. It will then consolidate Tuesday through Wednesday, with Wednesday being an expansion day sometimes. Thursday and Friday will continue to move until the discounted PDA rate or key level is hit. So if we're extremely bearish, Monday will open higher. You want to sell into that. If it taps into a premium PDA rate or key level, Tuesday again can just consolidate within Monday's range and keep tapping into that premium PDA rate or key level that you're looking at. And Wednesday and Thursday and Friday can be expansion days to the DOL, or weekly objective, on the discounted side that you're looking at. Okay, so the last weekly profile I have here, you guys may have seen this, I think a couple weeks ago. I have to check, but we're going to hop on the charts in a little bit. But consolidation reversal, Thursday high of week reversal, and consolidation reversal, Thursday low of week reversal. Sorry, I flipped these around. But the profile here is Monday through Wednesday will often be consolidation, ranging around the weekly open, the new week opening gap, oftentimes running previous day high or previous day low, failing to deliver to the opposing liquidity, thus just being stuck in a range, right? No efficiency in PA. Thursday will manipulate oftentimes because of news drivers, right? It's very important. Remember, take into consideration any high impact news events, right? And it's going to sweep previous day low, previous weekly low, or Monday's low, reaching into a discounted PDA rate. In this profile, a sweep below Monday's low or previous week low is more than enough. Okay, the higher the time frame the PDA rate, the better. All right, same thing over here on Thursday, high of week consolidation reversal weekly profile. We consolidate Monday through Wednesday, very tight range, pretty much just ranging in between Monday's range or even Tuesday's range. And then Thursday will be that manipulation, and Friday will be that expansion into the drawn liquidity or weekly objective that you're looking at. Okay. Now, tips for weekly profiles. If you're just trading just based off weekly profiles and the anticipation of a weekly profile, you do not want to trade Mondays. They're often Judas swings, consolidations, or reversals. Okay, there's no significant high impact news events on Mondays usually. This is why I often say Mondays are hit or miss. I mean, personally for me, they're hit or miss. But if you're focusing on where the weekly candle is going, Mondays often will not provide enough data to tell you this. All right. The only exception with Mondays are if we are in an expansion weekly profile and Monday draws into a discounted PDA rate. For example, like this weekly profile here. If we're extremely bullish and Monday draws into a discounted PDA rate or key level that you're looking at, then yeah, you can trade Monday, right? Monday's going to be a high probability day. Especially on NFP week, Mondays also can be a high probability day because NFP weeks are usually, like Monday through Wednesday are going to be good days to trade, right? So economic calendar, filter your news to red folders only using forexfactory.com. Focus on days where we have red folder days and avoid trading on days before the most high impact news events such as FOMC, CPI, PPI, and NFP. All right. So I want to jump onto the charts here in a little bit and then show you guys an example of a weekly profile, what you guys should look for. So let's move on to the charts so I can show you guys what to be looking for. Okay, so coming to the charts here, I just want to show you guys an example of a classic Tuesday low of week. Now, the classic Tuesday low of week profile, again, can form the low of week on Monday or Tuesday. And now what we're looking at here on this chart, if we go to the 4-hour really quick, we will see here that we have, obviously, we have buy side liquidity up here, right, in the form of relative equal highs. Right, we have the last week expanding up, looking like it wants to get up to here. And then right above all these highs from this buy side there to that buy side there, and that final buy side up here, we have a daily fair value gap resting up here. So this is going to be our higher time frame objective and our drawn liquidity besides these buy side levels already that are on this chart right here, right? So this is going to be our main weekly objective and our draw on liquidity, right? Besides this buy side, that buy side, and that buy side, right? Those are going to be our main weekly objectives. Now, zooming into the 1 hour, we have Monday ranging right here, right? You see how Monday just ranges there. And then we have Tuesday coming down aggressively to sweep the Monday low of week, right? Or the current low of week. We have Tuesday coming down into here, sweeping the Monday low of week. Now, we have been ranging in Friday's range, right? From the low to the highest point of Friday, whenever the new week candle opened. This is the range that we're trading in, right? So this low can be considered a discounted key level, right? So Tuesday comes down, we sweep the previous day low, and then we have a nice reaction back up. Now, again, the characteristics for a true low of week is going to be SMT and a discounted PD array being hit, or a discounted key level being hit. Now, highs and lows of previous day low or previous week high or previous week low or previous day high, those all can be considered key levels as long as there's an SMT there. Once an SMT is present, that can confirm that that is your manipulation, and the next day can be distribution, right? Because this is accumulation, manipulation, and then we can expect Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday to be possibly the expansion days of this weekly profile, combining that the fact that we have buy side all up here, and that is going to be our weekly objective and draw on liquidity. And you can see what happens after this, right? Just let me open up the ES chart so I can show you guys where the SMT is here for this week here. So you can see how NQ sweeps the Monday low and ES does not, right? ES forms that SMT divergence. So this is a stronger asset. And you can see what happens here on NQ for the rest of the week. We actually just draw up to that buy side and then up to the daily fair value gap, and then forming a Thursday high of week for this weekly profile. This is a Tuesday classic weekly candle expansion to the upside. But in this weekly profile, again, Thursday will usually make the high of week because of the high impact news events that we had here for this week. So for the week that I was just showing you guys, we have Monday high impact news, Tuesday with CB consumer confidence, Wednesday nothing, and then Thursday we have a lot of high impact news, right? We have Powell speaking, we have a final GDP, and we have unemployment claims. So that is where we formed the high of week for this week, and that is where the highest point of the week came in. We tapped into a higher time frame objective. We've swept all buy side, and we have a massive weekly SMT, a bearish one with ES. So we've already smashed all weekly objectives. So what can we expect Friday to do in this weekly profile here? We can expect it to pretty much cap the weekly range and range in between Thursday's range here, with Tuesday being low of week for NQ and Monday being low of week for ES because we formed SMT down here. Okay, so then we draw up into that area, and again, using the economic calendar, we have formed high of week on Thursday here. Now, really quick, I just wanted to show you guys how you guys can expect a seek and destroy bullish or bearish Friday, like I told you guys I was going to show you, and it's going to be in a week like this where we don't really have a lot of news. Okay, just a quick little tip here. This week right here, this is actually coming up in the next 2 weeks. So in the next trading week, when I'm filming this, we will have this weekly, like pretty much no news week, right? Except for Thursday. So we can expect, or we can anticipate possibly Monday through Wednesday being consolidation, and we can expect maybe a Thursday high of week or low of week reversal, right? Or even possibly a seek and destroy bullish Friday or bearish Friday, right? Maybe Thursday doesn't really do all that much. It just manipulates, and then Friday is the bullish or bearish expansion day. So 2 possible weekly profiles here, but you pretty much just want to watch out for something like this where there's really no high impact news throughout the week until like Thursday or Friday. And that's when you can expect that sort of seek and destroy type of weekly profile. And honestly, now that I'm looking at it more, I think we might have a Thursday high or low week here on this week. So I think Thursday is going to be the only good trading day for this week. So if you're watching this video, this is going to be in about, I think, 2 trading weeks. So because right now is the 6th as I'm recording this. So in about 2 trading weeks, we will come into this week. And I would say just trade on Thursday. Don't trade the rest of the days. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this weekly profile video, and hopefully I explained things thoroughly. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.